Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. I have 3 stories to share with you in this very latest Moon Lambo hot jam, including this one from the Crypto Basic. XRP to power the world. Ripple CEO mentions his all-time favorite sentiment. There's also this one. Ripple CEO indirectly confirms XRP ETFs coming. And so, given that the SEC the other day, as I'm sure you well heard by now, the SEC did approve a spot ETH ETF. Is XRP next? Well, look, I think it's inevitable. There will be a spot XRP ETF. I mean, I was saying that back before Bitcoins was approved, and then I said it after Bitcoins got approved. I was just skeptical that it would be coming under the reign of Kim Jong-Gensler. But I think there's some serious fear out there about what's happening this election year. I think there are a lot of things happening behind the scenes that we're just not privy to because the SEC has just done a 180 compared to what it was reasonable to presume just a week ago, based on what they had been stating publicly. So, you know, are we going to get an XRP ETF? Yes. It's just kind of a question of when, I think. Now, this headline is actually incorrect, and I'll explain why when we get to it. It's still a good story, though. And then there's also this, and this one I absolutely love. Standard Chartered projects timeline for XRP ETF approval. And so here you have a large bank saying, yeah, of course, there's going to be an XRP ETF. And just think about what this means, though. I know it's kind of, for the short term, it's basically just a narrative, but over a span of years and decades, these spot crypto ETFs do matter. The Bitcoin one will matter. And ETH, if ETH's going to have long-term viability, if it's going to be here decades from now, yes, over a span of decades, the amount of money that flows in is going to be of critical significance and importance. Same for XRP. If XRP is truly going to be around for decades, the amount of money over a span of years and decades that will flow in that otherwise wouldn't flow into XRP, it's going to be substantial. It'll make a lot of you listening a lot more wealthy over a longer period of time, if you so choose to hold. But before going further, I do want to be clear, I do not have a financial background of any kind. I am not offering financial advice. And you definitely should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. I'm just an enthusiast who enjoys making YouTube videos about crypto-related topics, but just as a hobby and just for fun. All right, so into this first piece real quick, and I'm going to probably be quick with this one. I just found it kind of interesting, but you don't need to spend a ton of time on it. XRP to power the world, Ripple CEO mentions his all-time favorite sentiment. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has taken to X to share his all-time favorite quote he received from the XRP community, which he finds intriguing. And here, I'm actually just going to show you this because they wrote the stories about this post from Brad Garlinghouse on social media platform X. If you want to see what I'm talking about, there's an image on your screen right there. And he said, for whatever reasons, I've been hanging on to this one for a while. Probably my all-time favorite from the XRP community. It's been hanging on a wall in my house. But with all this momentum in the market, I wanted to share it. And there you can see this particular piece of art hanging in Brad Garlinghouse's house on his wall. Reads as follows: "Laugh now, but one day XRP will power the world." So, yeah, look, it's no secret. I'm a big fan of XRP. It's my largest individual holding. It's my favorite cryptocurrency for tons of reasons I've been articulating over a span of many years. And I do believe that XRP is going to be one of the long-term winners based on all available information to this point. I think it's going to be one of the long-term winners in the crypto asset class. I think if you fast forward a decade, the amount of adoption for XRP is going to be much more substantial. Presumably, price will follow, especially as the asset class continues to mature and things can increase at an increasing pace on top of that. So as far as it powering the world, perhaps that's a little over the top in my opinion, but we can have a little fun, right? We can have fun in the community. Power the world. Okay, that's a little too far, but I still like it. I do still like it. And then there's this Ripple CEO indirectly confirms XRP ETFs coming. So, like I said at the outset, I do believe there will be XRP ETFs. But did Ripple CEO indirectly confirm that's going to happen? No, he did not. So I think that's a bad headline. I like the Crypto Basic. That's a bad headline. It is inaccurate. Check this out. Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse has indirectly confirmed to the XRP army that XRP may be the next crypto ETF amid approval for Ethereum spot ETFs. And so what are they talking about? I don't even need to read this whole article, but take a look at this. I think I could probably jump into this point. Yeah, Ripple CEO agrees that XRP ETF's next. Okay. Reacting to Garlinghouse's remark 3, because he was talking about, the ETH ETF getting passed. There's a post on your screen if you want to pause and read it. It says, reacting to Garlinghouse's remark, 3 XRP enthusiasts suggested that an XRP spot exchange traded fund should follow the Ethereum-based ETFs. Interestingly, the Ripple CEO endorsed these suggestions by liking them. Prominent XRP community pundit Zach Rector called attention to this development in a post on X. Rector sees the action aligning with Garlinghouse's earlier commentaries that 2024 will be big for XRP. And so here, I'll just make this full screen for you guys. So you can see this is a screen grab of Brad Garlinghouse's X profile. You can see that these are the comments that he liked. And here's one from XRP Crypto. If XRP ETF next, please. So Brad Garlinghouse did hit like on that. Here's another one, XRP next, referencing, of course, a spot XRP ETF. And then here's another one. Somebody wrote XRP ETF. And so Brad Garlinghouse did write like all 3 of those. That does not mean that he is indirectly confirming that XRP ETF is coming. That means that he likes a comment, these 3 comments, for unknown reasons. Now, we can speculate on why he likes those comments. It's because he's a big fan of XRP. He holds a lot of XRP, and he'd probably like an ETF. But you're going too far and not being accurate in stating that this is him indirectly. I don't care if you say directly or indirectly. It wouldn't be true either way. It's not confirming that. He's liking comments. Maybe he has no idea what's going to happen, and he just likes the sentiment because he's a big fan of XRP and he has a bunch of it. So you can speculate and read into why he hit like on this, but the likes in and of themselves are not indirectly confirming anything. But I do think that it's going to come, and Brad Garlinghouse, I think he's said enough publicly to indicate that he does believe at some point there's going to be all sorts of different cryptocurrencies, XRP a part of that will get approval. And it's just so funny, the SEC is going to have to approve this. And it's just so it'll be so satisfying after all the years of attack that we've just gone through. So not just for XRP to have legal clarity, which it does now, it has since July last year, but to finally see the SEC approve an XRP spot ETF, that will be incredibly satisfying, and I think it's coming. I personally think it's just a matter of time. But how long are we going to have to wait? Well, that's where we get to the most fun part of the video, because Standard Chartered, a major bank with $18 billion in assets under management, they predicted when this is likely to happen. Here's the headline from the Crypto Basics. Standard Chartered projects timeline for XRP ETF approval. And I'll just note that Standard Chartered has been, let's just say, integrated with Ripple for a very long time. And they're very well versed in XRP. In fact, take a look at this from September 15th of 2016, almost 8 years ago. This is from Standard Chartered. Standard Chartered complete strategic investment in Ripple. So, yeah, they've been around for a hot minute. Here's what they have to say. Check this out. Piece reads as follows. Godfrey Kendrick, a seasoned analyst at Standard Chartered, speculates that the highly anticipated XRP ETF could launch in 2025, a year from now. Following the approval of multiple spot-based Ethereum ETFs, there have been several speculations regarding when the SEC could approve a similar product for other crypto assets like XRP. Interestingly, Standard Chartered analyst Godfrey Kendrick asserted that an ETF for XRP could be a 2025 story. This implies that Kendrick expects the SEC to approve an ETF for XRP next year. Kendrick, who is the current head of Forex and digital assets research at Standard Chartered, made this known in a statement making rounds on X. Notably, he expects the regulatory agency to also approve an ETF for Solana, the 5th biggest cryptocurrency by market capitalization. The Standard Chartered expert dismissed concerns regarding the Ripple lawsuit impacting the potential approval for an XRP ETF. According to Kendrick, the approval of Ethereum ETFs suggests that the regulator does not consider ETH to be a security. And I'll pause and note, that's funny, it's not completely clear because you may recall that in recent months, the SEC sent Wells notices to the Ethereum Foundation and Consensus, among others, indicating their intent to sue. And the assertion has been, from what we've read from these entities that received the Wells notices, that the SEC is arguing that ETH itself is a security, which obviously isn't true, but, Bunch of asshat pricks gonna be asshat pricks, you know? Anyway, Peace continues. He added that the decision also indicates that other altcoins akin to ETH that are currently under regulatory scrutiny, including XRP, will not also be categorized as securities. The Standard Chartered analyst contended that it would be difficult for the SEC to give the securities tagged to XRP and other altcoins whose core technologies are similar to Ethereum. Yeah, and also after XRP itself was declared to not be a security. The only large cap coin for which that is true. Can you imagine? XRP doesn't get approved, but then they're like, yeah, ETH. Yeah, sure, because reasons. Even though we sent out Wells notices. Like, come on. So given that this happened, I mean, if there were applications for XRP soon, you know, I'd be surprised if they didn't get approved now. And so there's been a notable change very recently. I mean, we're talking for the last week or two. I think it's very clear that they're seeing there is no anti-crypto voter block, but there is a pro-crypto voter block out there. And they've been shooting themselves in the foot with all this anti-crypto stuff. It's not going to help them. And so I'd love to know everything that's going on behind the scenes that caused this shift in opinion and sentiment. But it's good for us. Suffice it to say, it is indeed good for us. And look, XRP's here to stay. This is just another piece of that evidence. Another major bank saying, yeah, of course it's going to come. And I know it hasn't happened yet, but I'm telling you, that type of stuff, I don't think there are going to be a bunch of ETFs for most coins. There are over 20,000 cryptocurrencies. And I think for a lot of the crap ones, they're never going to have ETFs. So when this does happen, it'll just be one more piece of evidence. Indeed, XRP is here to stay. It is really useful for real people and businesses. Duh. Like today it is. So unless you think that's going to shift, and XRP is no longer solving real problems on the planet, okay. But I don't see any evidence that XRP is going to stop being useful to people and businesses. So that's why I'm happy to hold XRP however long I need to. And then when it's worth a sufficient amount, yeah, I'll sell. But until then, I'm not worried about this. I'm not a financial advisor. You should not buy or sell anything because of anything I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the Moon Lambo.